Hi, my name is Andy, and I'm currently the sound coordinator at church. It hasn't been an easy walk to get to where I'm at right now. I remember at the end of 2012, me and my family, we gave our life to Christ. And we decided to take a walk in faith and to see what God would have for our lives. We finally decided to commit to God and just walk the right way. I had stopped smoking. I had just become a junior in high school. I had my first real girlfriend and everything was just going so well. The school year ended. We were in July. It was right after my birthday. And my mother went in for a test because she had really sharp pain in her breast. And my parents came back from the doctors, and it was weird because my father was wearing sunglasses inside of the house. My father walks in, and he doesn't want to look to me or my little brothers. And I asked, "What's wrong?" And my mother asked me to sit down. And I was like, "Mom, what is it?" She said, "Andy, I have breast cancer." I didn't know what to do. I looked around the room, and I saw my dad. He took his glasses off. And for the first time in my life, I saw my dad cry. And it was in her lymph nodes. For those of you that know, the lymph nodes travel throughout your whole body like blood vessels. So she was at risk for cancer spreading throughout her entire body. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. We'd only been coming to church for 7 months. I mean, what is there for a 16-year-old kid to do when his mother, who had so much faith, who because of his mother, he started coming to church and taking it seriously, is now confronted with something that can possibly take her life. I didn't know what to do. I hugged my mom. We all started crying, and I went to my room confused, and I started talking to God, asking him why. Why would he do such a thing to somebody who was so good, somebody who gave the entire family inspiration? My mother started going to chemo, the months passed, and I started going to school, and I was just confused. God, what do I do? I continued going to church. I continued praying, but I felt dead. What was I to do without my mother? Just wondering if she was gonna get taken away. Then the moment came where I had to come home from playing basketball at school, and my dad calls me to the bathroom. He said, "Hey, come help me out." And I heard the buzzard. My father was cutting all of my mom's hair because it had started falling off in chunks because of the chemo. I couldn't see my mom. I ran away. And I started to cry, and I started to plead with God outside, asking him, why would you do such a thing? Why would my mother get degraded? Why humiliate her in this way? I started to punch the wall outside to the point where my knuckles were bleeding, and I left the blood on the wall. And I said, "God, if it's in your will, give the cancer to me so that my mom could continue." My mother continued going to church. Our services then were on Thursdays. And my mother wouldn't miss a service. My mother would finish chemo at 5 and be at church at 7. Through all of this, I could have given up. I could have turned my back on God. But because of my permanent faith in God, I was able to continue. And because of that decision that I made, me and my family are here, and we continue serving God. And we've been able to see all of the things that God had planned for our lives from that moment on. My mom is now cancer-free. She's gone to the doctors once a year, and every single time they tell her that she's healthier and healthier. It truly is a miracle to them, but to us, we know what saved my mom.